Blaised. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed.
Yo, 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 what is up? It's your boy Blaze McCoy. We are live here, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We got a lot of history in Canada and the UK and all around the world here. This is Leaning Towards Death Wrestling. For those that are new, it's a creation and simulation federation, interactive digital wrestling role-playing game for your entertainment. Original created characters with creators and managers live in the chat. This is our talk show to preview what's going to go down later on today. And it's something you guys and gals out there have been asking for quite some time. Stable War. 8 different teams of 11 are going to battle. Only one stable will survive. And it does bring me to another announcement I get to make. At the end of February, we'll be bringing back the Get Blaze interview series, where I'll be interviewing some of my favorite YouTubers, content creators all across this platform. We had some really fun ones last time. Good luck to Bird Gang 31, Mitch Kofsky, their Philadelphia Eagles tonight against the Giants. Good luck to the Giants as well and all the NFL playoffs that are going on this weekend. Playoffs. Anyhow, I want to welcome everybody to the show. This is our little talk show where I'll bring on a couple people to talk about it. We're going to go all through every team in the Stable War. Plus, we're going to break down all first 4 matchups, head-to-head stables. But let's do what we always do. I see you guys sharing it out, liking it. Let me talk about who's in the chat right now and appreciate each and every one of you. Gregory Blakely is in the house. Yes, the StreamYard link is out there in Skype, Facebook, and Twitter in the private groups. Anyone on the roster wants to come on and talk shop, it's open for anyone. I see some people already out there, and that's good to see. We're trying to get to everybody, but very briefly today, because I want to get right to the action. We are scheduled to start at 4 p.m. These always run long because I love shooting the shit with you guys. I'm your Dungeon Master, your boy, Blaised McCoy. Glad to be a part of your day. Hope you guys are having a good one. We'll talk to some people in the live chat here. But let's see who else is popping in there. We got Brooklyn Joker in the house. Oh, man. Yeti's here. That mean we'll be doing it for the Yeti. They've been doing something weird with the carnival. We'll talk about it when we get to their matchup here recently with all these stables. Killshot Matt Storm, one half of our tag team champs. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Sundust Society is in the house. They will be fighting tonight against Carnival Nightmares. Those are the 2 most, I don't want to say the biggest or best or greatest or the most prominent stables in LTD for the past couple months. Now, if for all you have been on this excursion towards Apocalypse here in the Combat Kingdom with your boy Blaised McCoy since 2017 now. This is it's been epic. It's been crazy. Met so many amazing people, and I keep getting distracted to not cover those amazing people that are in the chat right now. Crescent Kelly's here. Good to see you, Brian Hernsberger, my friend. Man, so many people that I've met from all around the world. Hey, it's Cowboy John. You got to remember to, I miss your shows, dude. I really do. Because if you don't know and you ever seen Lightning Strikes and Cowboy John Z-Fed, whenever someone goes for a 3 count, it's cover. Cowboy John style. You know how it is. Cowboy's a great entertainer. I miss you, bro. And I'm glad to see you here in the chat, of course. So I can't miss you too bad. I don't miss this guy, Atticus Smaticus, Atticus Black, Chaos Reaper. If you guys have been tuning in, my daughter is supposed to be married, and that guy ruined the wedding. So how can I be happy about that? We'll probably get to that along the way as well here today. Patty's in the house. So to break it down in layman's terms, 88 active members on the roster. We split them up into 8 different teams. I was going to wait, eight different teams, yeah. Of 11 competitors each, 3 for the Battle Queen division. Now, Stable Wars started out. It was actually December 2017, just a month and a half after we opened this company here on YouTube. We had our first Stable Wars. We've had 4-man teams. We've had 5-man teams. We've had 6-man teams, 8-man teams, 10-man teams. We're at 11 now, 8 from the active roster, which will be interesting because the winners will battle for a world title shot. It'll be all 8 against each other. The 3 ladies will battle each other for a Battle Queen title shot, but only 1 stable will survive. There's 8 of them out there. 88. I'm so happy, man. That's one thing. I'm not a pat myself on the back kind of guy or, hey, look at me type of guy. That's why this is real weird to me. I want to bring up the roster. I want to bring you guys on and have some fun. It's not about me. Hopefully I provide a good product for you guys. You've been sticking with me for a long time, and I appreciate that. Andy Price, that's another example, all the way across the world, on the other side of the planet, my friend Andy. Great to see you. Cowboy John always promoting as well. We thank you here. Jesse Jack, Hammer Nation, one of the newer members, which I really appreciate. Over these 5 years, every 9 months, like having a baby, I guess, I reach out into YouTube to all different communities and grab people from the gaming community, from trucker communities, from scratch-off ticket communities, from the paranormal communities, from communities all over the world, NFL, trash talk communities, and all this NBA sports broadcast communities. Gamers mostly. That's where it all started. I'm not a gamer. I always wanted that to be the title of my channel. Not a gamer. Hopefully I'm an entertainer, and I'm here to give you guys what you wanted to watch and make fun. It all started, I think, way back when, if you guys remember, before most social media, little gaming commentary videos started popping up everywhere where people were clowning on the video game. And I was like, damn, that's in my wheelhouse. I wish I could do that stuff. And then after bringing my eFed, which was on paper back in the day, if you know the history of LTD, Nightbot will drop the link to let you know all the history of LTD as well, going all the way back to the year 2000. Oh, man, makes me feel old. But the roots of LTD are in the eFed world, on the written eFed world, the days before the internet. But with the Facebook group, brought on WU, which is Wrestler Unstoppable, where a lot of you guys and gals met each other. Creative people on both ends. Some stayed there, some came over here to YouTube. It's weird how over the 5 years, this community has really grown. Like there was literally a dozen shows I could watch back in 2017 if I really searched. I might be able to find another. Now there's hundreds, and there's so many different ways, and I love it. I kind of relate it to rap music. When I was a kid, there was 2 turntables and a microphone. There was DJ, rapper. That was normally it. Nowadays, there's so many levels. Same thing with metal music and rock. It's turned into a million different genres too. There's no incorrect or wrong way to do this eFed thing we do, and I love checking out so many of you guys that are in this company, that are on this roster, that have your own companies, know what I'm talking about. Life's magical journey. There's LMJ. Good to see you. I was just going to mention Big Daddy Beard. Big Daddy Beard, recently, one of those good examples of me reaching out into a different community. We've done double headers with his podcast and stuff. So it's all about meeting people. It's all about bringing people together. Odds is in the building. What's the odds of that? You know, there you go. Stupid puns, silly sayings. What do I say? Wit, word, playing, wisecracks, idiots, idioms, innuendo, all that good stuff. Our man True's in the house. Great to see you, bro. Make sure you guys are hitting those thumbs up. It does help out the channel and the stream tremendously. MSW Miles is in the house. Lady Devil is here. So many hanging out. It's because you guys do spread the word that really helps that out too as well. Jamar Gaines. And I'd like to think some come back because I'm funny, I'm silly, I'm stupid. I don't mind. I always say, whether you're laughing with me or at me, you're smiling. The cornier the dad jokes they are, we really usually get into those. Lulu is in the house. You can ring my bell. I always want to sing that when I see Lulu Bell. And Chris Crimson in the house, the KKW Network. Another good example of a great channel that if you're not checking out, you're doing something wrong. If you have the time, we have the Beer Miller. Remember that one? If you have the time, we have the eFed is what it should be. Any time of day, anywhere in the world, there's hundreds of eFeds that I could sit here and rattle off. I remember when we first started to really expand, and there was like maybe 5 or 6 of us and what we now call the DWS. We're doing eFeds like this, and we tried to rattle off respectively everyone else that we knew that was running the show. Then it was like, holy fuck, number 73 federation that we know, number 89, no disrespect, but it was a million. So that's why I always say, check out everyone's channel. Make your channel. As one thing, if I talk about how setting up a channel, we do that on my Get Blaised interview series, which comes back at the end of February. The House of X Entertainment will be my first interview. Leo and Wanston, 2 of my favorite people that I've met here on YouTube. No bones about it. And we'll be talking to them. I was on their show in an interview a couple years ago. I'll probably have to share that one out a little bit. Give them some love back to the interview they gave me and see how much I think I got a little grayer over the past couple years. Couldn't get any balder, so I'm already bald as it is. So, Jesse Jackhammer, another new member, Jamar, Lady Devil. I could go on and on just talking to you guys in the chat. This is a talk show, which is another reason why it goes over. It's not because of you. It's because I don't know when to shut up. Isn't that a good problem to have when you have a host for like a show, especially a talk show? Game shows too. I love. I've always wanted to be a game show host, so I love when we do game night. And over the last 2 shows, speaking of previously on Leaning Towards Death Wrestling, we had member book matches, which if you guys don't already know, if you're already subscribed, you're already a member. If you can't afford it, doesn't matter. But we welcome and we thank all of our members who have helped us expand to this StreamYards platform, number 1, where we can bring on a bunch of guests. And to do a lot more different things that are out there. All support from anybody who's bought merchandise. We will be revealing the new digital cards tonight. Those I'm excited about. I'm a big card collector. I have Blaised cards on eBay if you're interested in sports cards and collectibles, as well as we've done a couple podcasts here, not a lot, but I got to bring that back as well. Kind of our today, because we will talk about all 7 series of cards we've had over the last 2 years. I'll show you all the designs, give people a couple shout outs. I'm not playing favoritism because there are a couple that I can't fucking stand, and I brought their card up because it looked good. So as a digital creator, as a former creative person when it comes to design, I was a graphic designer for years and years. So I love bringing that aspect into the show. So check out the TeePublic store if you haven't already. That's another great place to go to support the channel and get merchandise and stuff, like plug WrestleSense podcast every Thursday night on our WrestleSense channel, which I be remiss not to bring up. If you guys haven't already subscribed to that, please do. That's a part of the game. I hate repeating myself, but I do repeat myself a lot because I know not a lot of people watch these type of VFEDs from bell to bell. I'm not dumb. I don't expect everyone to watch them from bell to bell, but those who do, you rock, man. I used to rewatch mine over after one, so I literally watched every show twice that I could just to learn and do as best I could. Anywho, I appreciate anybody who's out there who's done their own shows. Triple Beat, I see him out there. Jesse Jackhammer's little 1-minute videos are great. He did a subscriber Royal Rumble recently and stuff like that. He's amazing. Drum Monkey, I miss your show. You should bring yours back, man. You had a great little concept too, a very low budget, inside of a high school arena type shit. I love that. And indie feel, but funny as well. And I dig your comedy as well. Drum, you're my boy. You know that. Speaking of indies, next Friday, I'll be back in 2PW Prospect Pro Wrestling to do a couple ring announcing jobs, just a couple matches. It's not something I think I'm going to do permanently, but I'm blessed to be able to have done it a couple times and step inside the ring and not get hurt. And where my back's going to go out just stepping under the rope. That's why last time I was like, I want to go practice getting in and out of the ring, as fucking stupid as that sounds, because I didn't want to look stupid. So I know there's a couple different ways you can get into a ring, but I never thought of that. I mean, I never thought of getting into a wrestling ring. If anyone out there who has those like Ghazi and Riley, they're out there training and wrestling now, and many, many others who may have stepped in the ring back in the past, or just been a fan that they brought up. A lot of indies, they'll bring up fans afterwards, throw them in the ring, let them stand on the corner and pose and shit like that. That's what wrestling's all about to me, all the way from the beginning level of whether it's amateur wrestling or acting or sports or whatever you started out. Professional wrestling's my favorite form of entertainment, right? I mean, tell me about it. And it is. If you're entertained, that's what I care about. That's why even on our podcast here, we don't preach, watch this, watch that, cheer this, cheer that. I wish it was like this. I wish it was like that. Everyone has their own wrestle sense. And that's what's the beauty about it. Too many people are out there just to pick on how people treat wrestling or like wrestling, or should it be this way? It should be that way. You can get that a lot of places, not here. But today we're going to tell you how leaning towards death wrestling is. But before I start to lose my voice after getting better or talk too much like I always do, let's go to a commercial. And we'll be right back after this. We'll have some guests. And I can't wait to release the cards. That's one of my favorite things to bring to you guys. And the fact you guys can get them on T-shirts and stuff. I need to get a Blaised card on a shirt so I can show you guys. A couple of you guys have ordered those, and I appreciate that. The new designs will be on shirts and mugs and all that good stuff on the TeePublic store, too. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Blaised Brew proudly brings to you Eliminator Beer. Don't get eliminated, get obliterated. Drink Eliminator Beer. Comes in a wide variety of flavors and colors. Available now at your local liquor stores, beer distributors, grocery stores, gyms, hairdressers, gas stations, restaurants, doctor's offices, pubs, bars, brothels, strip clubs, and street corners. Eliminator Beer, get one now. You won't be disappointed. You'll be shit-faced drunk.
I've always wanted to add at the end of that, not a real product. You'll be like, man, I've been looking for your beer every distributor I go. I never seen Eliminator Beer. Where you get that shit at? So we will be bringing on some guests. No disrespect, but I'm going to start calling them the usual suspects because it is the usual suspects waiting in the green room that normally we have heard here. So I invite, or if you want Heel Blaze to come out, motherfuckers, I challenge your asses to click on that link in the private chats on Skype, Facebook, Twitter, and get your booties in here. Get your dupas, as my grandma loved to say, in here. I love when you people say dupa, too. That's That's the thing with my family back in the day that now I love to hear. Chase Bishop's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Yeti's already bragging about choking one of the usual suspects, Cody Hagan, in there. We should have did a stable called the Usual Suspects. We should have had one of the stables in stable work called the Usual Suspects. You guys always have another show going on in the live chat. I love it. Nightbot's finally doing his damn job. I had to trigger him. If you guys use Nightbot and it doesn't work on your streams for some reason, if you just open Nightbot in a different window, it seems to trigger it to start to work. So it does get lazy and goes hide in the corner. Hashtag blame Rex. There's the T Public store. I put up every logo for the stables that you're going to see here in a minute. A bunch of new logos for the Lethal brand, the Empire brand. If you want to support the channel in any way, and we will be giving away some of those merchandise throughout the stable war towards the end, more than likely, as we tie game night back into more of our mega cards. We did that on New Year's. I think you guys loved it. We did Ladder Chat Hangman. We did Wrestling Roulette. We had a bunch of different games where you guys either won the opportunity to book a match, which if you watch our last few shows, those were so much fun. You guys booked matches that were members, which started this rant about 5 minutes ago that I was supposed to be doing shit already. But I love giving you guys information. This is something we should have been doing 5 years ago, as far as I'm concerned, especially with all the WU people that used to do radio. And there's hundreds of them. I know a lot of you guys and gals out there have done it. Shifty, Susie, Lord Amadeus, a bunch of them been doing radios. I could go on for a while. We should have been bringing this to it since day one. Pete Wall kind of did, because he used to do recap videos like this, now that I think of it. It's our fault for not catching on earlier, apparently. But I love doing these shows. These always turn out to be really fun shows. Check out the T Public store. Follow your boy Blaze on Facebook, Twitter, Skype, all that good stuff. We will talk about the members later on as well, but let's talk about what we came here to talk about. Stable War. Stable War is back. We're going to go over today's match card, the next 3 match cards that are the first round. For those who don't know, basically we take a group of a handful of stables and have them battle each other for the right to, for lack of a better term, the way we put it, rule the combat kingdom, be the most powerful, strongest, and hold the most control in the company. We saw that struggle a little bit between LTD United, which you guys, that was organic. I never planned an LTD United angle or storyline here. You guys created that in the live chat. DMs are always open if you guys want to start stable storylines or feuds or attacks or anything like that. You guys know I don't have a ton of written rules, but in the chat, no physical interaction unless it's pre-planned. You know, no rape, no murder, no politics, no religion. You know, that's the rules. Basically, I gotta have fun. Don't take anything personally. It's all within the game because it is live. Role play. I like to say that when I do our introduction now too, that it's a role-playing game. I think that hits home with a lot of gamers more so to let them know what we're doing. Because when a new name comes in these chats, you'll know I am one that will stop and try to explain. And a lot of people caught on to that now and are doing it too, which is good. Because think about it, folks. Take yourself out of our shoes. And you would come into one of these streams for the first time ever. Like, what in the hell is going on? Because it literally can be another story in the chat or many stories in the chat, which I prefer, while these matches are going on. And it's what I would want in a wrestling show. That's how I book it. And I think I've done a pretty good job to keep all you guys along for so long with all these stuff without doing a ton of stories or things like that. We mix a little bit. I want them to feel more important. That's one reason. And number 2, with 88 people, it's really hard to manage and balance it all. So that's why if you guys do get a hold of me in a DM and I say I don't want to do a story like that or hold on or wait, you'll know why. I have things planned ahead normally a month ahead. So, and I see you guys in a private chat talking. That means a lot. Anyone out there who has started chats and talked to their people within their company, which didn't happen 5 years ago that much. We started the Skype things, and the next thing you know, the Twitter world was blowing up. So many different levels of this e-fedding stuff because the Xbox and the PlayStation and the PC sides and however you want to run it, so many different ways. It's good to see them all come together. So let's talk about Stable War. This time around, it's 11 players on each team, 8 teams. Here are the logos, which if you know, the title belt, which I wanted to have designed for today, is not finished. There's a a prototype, which is basically last year's with the 12 instead of the 11. But I need room to put another medallion. I have an idea. I just came not too long ago, but on the side plates are all the winners of the past Stable Wars. And if you win it twice, your logo just stays on there more than once. Like the Brotherhood and the Alpha Empire. They both won 2 Stable Wars. This Stable War, only the Brotherhood with the namesake, because we do mix it up. We mix up the rules and we mix up the teams. So the Brotherhood do have an opportunity to make some history here and win for an unprecedented 3rd time. I know some individuals have won because we do mix up the teams a lot. And I appreciate you guys, number one, supporting the teams you're on and rooting for the teams you're on and not complaining a lot about who the teams you're on, because I know some of you probably wanted to complain or do, but I try my best to team people up. And I think I really like how there's always 1 or 2 teams, sometimes 3, that are thrown together, and they've almost won the last couple Stable Wars. So we're going to be mighty interesting. Let's talk about the teams. Let's go over the rules so everyone understands and also has a resource to come back to throughout Stable Wars. So if we're talking and someone new does come into the chat and I say it's the creation, simulation, federation, all that I like to regurgitate, creators and managers live in the chat, which I think is a very important part too for someone new popping into one of these chats to understand that you guys, these aren't all my creations. A lot of people, if you think about it, come into a stream and think these are all this person's creations. No. I want to give all you guys the credit because I create a handful, up to about 20, I think, each game I've been creating. Couple of mine, which if you notice, I don't use my characters hardly ever on here. That thing with the Wrestle Sets guys on Thursday, if you missed that, you got to see that because there are real people behind that. And for those who don't know, Tyson Parker is a memorial character of a friend of mine who passed away a long time ago. Shmoo is a legit nickname of one of my friends who passed away a long time ago, and I use him as a memorial. Sunshine has a lot of meaning from a couple different streamers that influenced me, and they all have meaning, but I don't like to use Junior. I just created for the fuck of it. You know, everyone was having kids at the time, so I was like, I'm gonna have Junior McCoy, and he don't like the McCoys so much. His name is Blaised, but doesn't use the first name Blaze. That's how the animosity between my son and I has always been within that. So if you see him, and he's on hell of a losing streak everywhere, but I mix my characters in only if it's a story, and everyone has one character. That's what I do want to nail home to a lot of you guys out there. Respectfully, however you run other companies that are out there, I love it. Some people have a handful that are created characters, real life characters, mix them all up, throw them however you want. It's a beautiful thing. But here, everyone's only allowed to have one character, which I'd love to open you guys up to have 3 characters. Everyone has, if they want a battle queen and a tag specific person or create a whole tag team or a G6, but I can't. I wanted to have as many people that I can get along with, hang out with, and enjoy this game with. So that's the way I run it. Everyone runs it the way they want to. So that's why we have 88 active people right now. And the rosters are full. And for those who know, so I can be completely transparent, everyone knows there's 100 spots. And I just told you I have a handful of characters of my own, plus DH and CJ and Doc, who are on my podcast every Thursday night, but they're not on the active roster. I decided let's have fun. You guys in the chat fight them. And they won their G6 match on Thursday. Spoiler alert. So if they win another one, which we're planning on have them fight, they might fight for the G6 title. So that's a little weird reality we're going to mix into this game too. So just a lot of fun stuff. So 4 rounds. And now I broke the news over the past week. Each round, it's Lethal versus Empire. So every Lethal team will be fighting an Empire team in the first 4 rounds. The final 4 will be 2 from the Empire, 2 from the Lethal, the top 2 with medallion. 16 battles you will face. 16 total battles, so everyone fights the other 4 teams in the other brand. So there is brand supremacy on the line. There is stable supremacy, which all 11 members, it's very confusing. I know most of the shit I do on here is confusing. That's why I repeat myself, and I have a physical copy of everything for you guys, whether it's on the website or on these shows to reference, because this is not this is a very complicated federation if you want to get down to it, but I love it that way. That's why the website is there. So you can always say, I saw a lot of people coming into the shows years ago going, who's the champion? Who's this champ? Because everyone doesn't watch every show. And I understood that. And they're saying, who's on what stable? Who fights who on this roster? Do I have a match? Which is a gold one. Everyone's heard that one a million times, which understandably so. Everyone wants to know when their character fights. I don't argue with that. That's why I know people don't rewatch entire shows sometimes. They only want to go back and watch their match. I do the same thing. It's what a lot of people do. Who has the time to watch every eFeds complete show? But those who do, I respect a million times over for that can. And I know we have a lot that do because, and I've talked about it on interview series, likes are a great number. Subscribers are a great number. One of my favorite numbers, if you're in analytics, if you're into YouTube and are a content creator, is average watch time. Because that tells you how long you held that person, that customer, that consumer with your product. So average watch time, if you're a YouTuber content creator out there, go check that out. And weirdly enough, because nowadays with the TikToks and the IGs of the world, 1 minute videos, 2 minute videos are super popular. So if you take into consideration, we do 2 and 3 hour shows. My average watch time, as long as it's over 10 minutes, that's gold. It's been over 20 before, and that's fucking phenomenal. And some of you guys have chimed in. I hardly ever stream. I got a 20-minute watch time. That's amazing that you can keep people's attention that many for at least 20 minutes for a show. YouTube's crazy, man. People pop around to streams. Plus, now there's a lot of times other people stream while we stream. And on this roster, there are a lot of people who legit every day they're streaming. So I understand. It's never been an argument or a problem here. I love it. Yeah, same thing on Twitch. It's average watch time. Here on YouTube, we don't talk about that enough. That's why I do bring it up on the interviews and shit like that. And I can't wait to bring some big time content creators on here. I hope I can wrangle some of the big ones. Wrestling Days, who has hundreds of thousands of subscribers here on YouTube, to bring him over from the UK to interview was a pleasure for me because I've been following him for years. Big Daddy Beard, the gamer, we talked to him. We had great interviews the first time around, man. I can't wait to do that again. And to introduce you guys to their communities and their communities to our communities. That's how we found some new people last time. So 2 title shots for all 11 individuals that win Stable War. To keep it as simple as possible, which I do not normally do, and I'm not here today as well, this is your reference. The winners will divide up all the title shots between the 11 people. The 8 men will fight each other for a world title shot. The rest will be divvied up based on how they finished in that crazy 8 match. The 3 ladies will fight each other. Obviously, the winner will get the Battle Queen title shot. Second place will get a Tap Out Princess. Third will pick a partner and have a Double Duchess. I always love posting the champions on Facebook, on Twitter. That is what's pinned to the top of my profile all the time because that was one of the biggest questions when I went into other shows and I see, who's the champs? I don't expect everyone to remember all the champs in the 10 federations they're in and watch. That's why I like having the website. And if you guys don't have that bookmarked, I watch the views go up on it. That's why it's on the top of the page, old school eFed style. The number of people that visited that webpage, it's been over 10,000 for quite some time. A lot of people use that webpage. Brooklyn Joker, I can thank him tremendously. He's my proofer. Like, I make mistakes, a lot of mistakes, and I've never been ashamed of saying that before. But I'll use someone's name twice when I'm typing stuff, a match card, a date wrong, a number wrong. Joker always calls me out on it. I love it. It helps. I don't want incorrect information out there, but I'm not perfect. It's going to happen. So I love when people do that, man. I love when people point out what I did wrong. And I'll use Kelly's line, like she says after her shows, just don't be a dick about it. Hey, stupid motherfucker, you forgot to do this, or his name was here. Nah. Joker sends me a DM all the time. I mean, dude's pretty much works for me without me ever asking for him to work for me, proofing what I do, which I normally try to proof, but mistakes happen. Mark Caliber, who's been keeping time for matches for years. My brother, I appreciate you. That's phenomenal. I've never asked him. Just so you know, I've never asked him. There's no requirement. He does it when he can. But how cool is it when the match is over for me to say, you know, Statman Josh has the time of the match, 5 minutes and 24 seconds, your winner. It just adds a little more reality. It's dope. And I appreciate that. We're starting today. It's more than likely not going to be right at 4 o'clock, probably 4:30. And I love busting people's balls. If I'm sarcastic with you and I'm fucking with you, I dig you. I like you. If I don't talk to you at all, whatever, that's a different story. Because I avoid those people that are toxic or crazy. That's why we don't have problems on this Fed that much. And it always irks me when I see it on Twitter. Call is toxic. The communities are trash. No, it ain't. You're just in the wrong place. Everyone got to find their right place. That's all. And it might not be here. There's a lot of people who don't like the way I do things, and I totally respect that. But I do not respect this motherfucker. I don't like anything he does. Don't ever listen to Monstar. He's a loser, a liar, a thief, a crook, a con artist. Let me think. What else? It's a perfect example of one of my very closest friends. I will bust his balls until there's no balls to be busted. He doesn't have very big balls as the low-hanging fruit, I could call it. Happy New Year, Sean, or whatever. Whenever Canadian New Year is. I know it's always different. He'll point it out to me. Here's our current champion. Speaking of what I was just rambling on about, our G6 champions, the SDS, Andy Price, your Blitzkrieg champion, Jester, our Crazy 8 champ. Those are the two titles that are inclusion. That was all about inclusion. 8-man title, 10-man title was all about getting as many of you on this humongous fucking roster in these matches, 3 shows a week. Jessica, our Tap Out Princess, submission champion. Drum Monkey's been on a damn roll, pardon the drum pun, as our internet champ. Almost unbeatable. Goddess and Cougar recently won back those Double Duchess tag titles in the women's division, making sure that there ain't no carnival carnies that have championships. The Stable War, we might eliminate them all together. We'll see. And those who don't know, the Carnival of Nightmares, who changed this company to the Dark Circus Wrestling for a couple weeks. How about that? Many of you guys have come to your senses and left that little group. But the existence of one stable will survive Stable War 12. That's what's on the line, plus all those title shots. No more talk of those stables, whether you guys were close or not. Those stables will dissolve, but one after Stable War. That's what's on the line. There will be no stables until Stable War 13. And I'm thinking Stable War 13 with the unlucky number 13 should be in October next year for Halloween with nothing but stipulations. I think we go all out for 13 and change the rules. That's my first suggestion. And Stable War 13, it will probably be this year. And I'm thinking October for our Halloween special, which we always dress up. We always have crazy costumes and shit. We always have games involved. And off the hook shit and try to do something different. That's what I'm planning for. But let's talk about this Stable War before I ramble for 2 fucking hours and we're really late for the show. Just for reference, here's your champions. Here's your stables, and don't try to squint and see it all this close. It's on every piece of social media, and we're going to go over every team individually right now. Don't agree with Monstar. What's wrong with you guys? In all seriousness, this is probably one of the most important things for anybody to take away from this show and what we do. It's called fantasy wrestling for a reason. Some people, it's an extenuation of themselves, their character, or a complete opposite of themselves. Some people do it for fun. Some people take it seriously. I try to respect everyone and how they play. That is why you see 88 motherfucking people next to me right here. And I'm very proud. It ain't ego. It ain't look at me. But look how many people we have brought in this community to have an event like this. 88. Now, like I've said a million times, I'm never going to knock how anyone runs their shows. But who else has 88 completely different individuals brought together to do this thing together? And that's what I pride this show and leaning towards death wrestling being a getaway. I call it escapism so much. So, but realism, as Sean has taught me, I bring into this show more, or I break character. I tell you about why we do it, how we do it, so more people understand what my vision is, because it can be cloudy as shit. I'm a crazy character. I'm a wild dude. I'm going to spit so much garbage and hope you guys retain whatever you can, but I also respect some people just like popping in once a week and having a laugh. They don't even care if their characters win or lose or what they're wearing and stuff like that. But some of you guys are intricate to the T, and I respect that as well. Let's get down to each team, and they will go head-to-head in 16 battles in this war. Today, we will see this team, the Sudden Death Society, some of those who, winners of previous Stable Wars, now coming together. And then the story of the Battle Queens here. Crushing Kelly, of course, married to Atticus, so that's no surprise. But the shuffling of the women in the Battle Queen division. Evil Shulky replacing Shulky. I'll just move on from that. And Sunshine, my daughter, somehow in this. Look, she sticks out like a sore thumb. She's still wearing white from her wedding. It never happened. She told me she wanted to go with a new look anyway, so the some of the gear that she had given and not wear for the wedding, she started using as her gear. She's wearing white. She wants to stick out like a sore thumb. She's still the hippie gypsy. She's still my daughter, but right now she's entangled in with a group that I don't approve of based on what Atticus did at her wedding. I don't get it. Joker, Ripper, my former tag team partner, both Madness Asylum disciples. I mean, what the hell? Your goat is here. We got some new faces showing up here. Let's give a big warm welcome to Foxy Doxy, your goat. And I've seen Fry Guy Gaming before, but welcome in, you guys. Welcome in. I'm your boy Blaze. We're going over all 11 teammates for each of the 8 stables we have in this stable war, which will be over the next 2 months. Good to see each and every one of you guys and gals out there. Make sure you guys hit those thumbs up if you're enjoying what you're doing. We'll be live here right after this show with eFed Wrestling here, computer versus computer, all these different competitors. We have 11 one-on-one matches, 1 medallion each. Medallions are the coins, the currency to win these stables. So this is Sudden Death Society, stable number 1 that will compete here tonight in 11 singles matches in the first round. Not to mention the second round are all cage matches, now approved 1.5 medallions. That'll help hopefully with tiebreaker possibilities. The third round will be all tag team matches and G6 matches, which are 6-man team matches for 2 or 3 medallions each match. Those more than likely will be double headers where 4 stables, 2 and 2, will battle. So the most medallions is what you guys are out for. The picture of the complete stables will turn into a scoreboard throughout the stable war on Facebook, on Twitter. It's a lot of work for me, but I don't mind doing it because it's going to make it easier for you, and on the website, Skype as well. You'll see a number of medallions by everyone's name who starts to get them, and a total for each team. The top 2 in each brand will move on to the semifinals. Thank you all for stopping by, popping in. We're going to bring on some guests soon and talk to them. We're going over the Lethal brand teams right now in Stable War. Here are the Cowboys from Hell, baby. Of course, the G6 team of Redneck Avenger, Feeling Cal, Shadow Press, former G6 champs, they commanded this team. I don't want to say anyone's a true leader, although there are some people stepping up to try to lead and bring together their teams, which is amazing. But, of course, RA, Feeling Cal, Shadow Press, they loaned the name of their team for this stable. Susie, of course, together with Redneck Avenger, of course, she joined. Whisper, along with Gentleman Jake. That's so hard to say. Jake Bagwell and his wife, Whisper. Let's put it that way. Patty Chase, 2 longtime legends here in LTD. Matt Outlaw, Cowboy John, JW Caliber. Rightfully, you can tell why they're on the Cowboys from Hell, right? Okay. And the world champion D-Train. Every stable. Let me put this out there right now. There's no favorite. There's no underdog. Although there will be home teams. So as like tonight, there's a lot of Canadians on the Carnival of Nightmares. We're in Toronto tonight. Every show will have a home team. We have one in New York for when the Mafia and Riley has a show. We have one in Atlanta where Jamar and Wally are both from. We have Sacramento is Tuesday where TJ is from. Chicago, the Den and Drum Monkey. London for the Mafia versus the Dynasty next Saturday. That'll be fun. And then we're going to mix it up. Semifinals and the finals will have a different format. So that'll be a surprise as well. So stay tuned for more on that. That is stable number 2. Stable number 3. In the Lethal division, there's 4. Empire division, there's 4. Easier said. We have Riley Wolf, who's kind of stepped up to try to lead this group. The Manic Mafia. We've had a Manic Mafia in a stable before. Drum Monkey, Marley Good, who are on a different stable this time. We're in the previous Manic Mafia. They all wore those dark blue, really deep, dark blue gangster style suits. And they made some good damage. They decided to bring that back. Does Riley Wolf have real Mafia ties? Maybe we'll find out tonight. All those New Yorkers, forget about it. Rick Logan, Parfit, Brian LG, the current Lethal champion, an eclectic group that they have here. John Breakdown, William Styles are brand new to the roster. Big Daddy Beard picking up. He's got that vibe now, man. Everyone loves Big Daddy Smooth. I like calling him now after he went 70s disco style with the fro and the suit. Woo! He is shining. He's glimmering. Big Daddy Beard, along with the Revengers, MSW and Captain Danger have been a hell of a tag team recently. They'll be fighting together for the Manic Mafia. Another great team put together. Like I said, some of these teams, they all know each other. Some of them don't. They're pulling together. They're cheering for each other, and it's great to see. Here's the final Lethal team. We talked about this team earlier. This is the other side of the coin. A lot of these guys and gals here have known each other for over a decade, all the way back into the Wrestler Unstoppable world. Wolverine's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. There's Gregory Blakely. We'll get to bring on some of these guys when we talk about the matchups, briefly discuss their matchups for round one. But good to see everybody here. So we still have people in the green room. If you're still there, hang tight. We'll get to each of you guys quickly when we get to the matchups after we break down the stable. So in this one, besides Frostbite and Dragonheart, who have been doing really, really well, newer members of the roster, the other ones have been here for a while and knew each other way before LTD existed here on YouTube. Lord Amadeus, Bone Dog, the original Brotherhood members of Paragon and Killer Neptune, Wrestling Mama, Bubs, Hot Cheese, Super Nacho, and Shifty. They go way back. So this team gelling together seems to be inevitable, but how well will they do? We'll see. Stable War 12 starts today. Woo! Actually, I'm more hype about revealing the card design here coming up. Digital collector cards. If you guys are collectors of Pokemon cards or any type of sports cards or anything like that, Magic the Gathering, any types of cards, collector cards, I've always appreciated the design of cards, not at the same time, rarity of collector cards has changed. That's a whole other story. Speaking of rarity, the Carnival of Nightmares. Oh, I'll make this one quick. Cody Hagen's favorite team. You have Wild-Eyed Yeti, who started it, basically. Mark Caliber, the Magician. You got the Ringmaster, all these Carnival Carnies, these circus clowns. Cassie Madam Red joined them from the Red Lounge, which I'm still disappointed in. Sean Shamrock from the Monstar Factory brought his daughter, Molly Mercy, and Maiden Annabelle over here. Chance Harper, completely always disappointing and hard to figure out and guess where he's going to end up. Joel Quinn escaped fucking prison to join his team. And the history with Joel and Chance and Yeti and Cassie go all the way back to Bloodyard Crew days, way back before and around the beginning of this digital world as well. New members of this squad joining them for this stable war. J-Dog, J-Vulture. Interesting enough, I haven't seen a Carnival logo on either one of them yet. They still use their own music. Actually, that is part of the story right now. They were all using Carnival music. All of them are using that same annoying. Next thing you know, now Yeti's got to do it for the Yeti. People are dancing. Chance brought his theme back that everyone loved. I don't know what they're trying to pull, but along with J-Dog and J-Vulture, Aiden Nightwalker joining, which Chance is a Nightwalker, Cassie's a Nightwalker, family, it's a family affair. And Rob Machete, now known as Bobby Hollywood. Interesting. That's your Carnival of Nightmares for Stable War. We've been trying to get rid of this group for a few months now, folks. A lot of you were, I don't want to say brainwashed, hypnotized, convinced, confused, or whatever in that group and have left. Now we can get rid of them. If they are not the one and only final stable after this stable war, they're done. And that's a good thing. Yeti wants everyone to do it for the damn Yeti. Damn that song and its intoxicating rhythm and beat and all that good stuff. The squad, the battle squad, I've been calling them recently. The Toad squad of Blade Charge, TJ Toad, evolved into a stable now where we've thrown together some of their familiar friends. Danny Wells from the Second City Dojo and Kelly Mavericks, brought to us by Triple B. Carmen Gonzalez from Against All Odds. So very familiar, the people behind the scenes with this crew. So there's already an interwoven background Even Andy and Clinton McCleary, former tag champs, they work well together. Leo and Teddy, the House of X, work well together. We know that. Firestar works well with anyone. Same thing with Misha. So this team already has the ability to gel together very well. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll see. The Battle Squad, or the Squad, here in LTD, referring to most of them as the nickname. If you haven't noticed, we have a society. We have cowboys. We have a mafia. We have a brotherhood. We have a carnival. We have a squad. We have a dynasty. We have a den. So besides the nicknames, you guys have, you can call these stables whatever the hell you want. Drum Monkey, no, I can't help but dance to his damn theme either. It might be more mind control. Here's the team I've been talking a lot about because I call it the Twitter All-Stars, man. These are where I found a lot of people outside this community. Well, Brandon Ace has been around for a while, and he was never supposed to have a damn contract here in LTD anyway. But that's another story. But a lot of these guys I found throughout the Twitterverse in a lot of great companies everywhere. Some of them run by those individuals, like Corey, like Stompy, like Neo. It's no question. Some of the most valuable, honorable, reliable people that are in these communities, like Jeff Matthews and Cody Hagan, even though they don't get together. Some of the loyalists, great people you want to have in your companies. Franco stirred the pot when he came in. Royo stirred the pot a little bit with Joel and those he feuded with before when he came in. Neo's been stirring the pot with Franco. Neo's been trying to bring Cody and Jeff closer together. Corey Quinn from AKW could lead the crew. He's been on top of the world here in LTD. We all know that. But will they come together? I think the key to this crew is right dead center. Those three women. Three of the strongest, most talented, most well-known, most respected women in the business. Angelita Nightwalker, Cougar Knight, and Goddess of Pain. Someone fight me over that. I dare you to challenge me. I mean, no disrespect to any other ladies in this competition, but those three women can lead any team to war and win. They can bring any people together to lead them to win. That's why I think the juggernaut in this team is huge. The dynasty, if, once again, it's the same thing for every stable, but I say it over and over. This team gels together, dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. The dangerous dynasty, I guess I just coined them. The den, all the animals in the den here, very eclectic mix. This end up being the one where we are throwing some teams together in hopes to see. We talked about Drum Monkey and Marley Good. They worked together in the Manic Mafia before. Drum Monkey kind of taking the reins of this squad. A lot of them, along with Jester and Turmoil, were the namesake from the den, from the Wolf's Den comes from. Along with newer members like Logan Windsor, like Jesse, Jackhammer, and Kenzie, who just joined. Hotfire Rose, along with the Queen, the almost unstoppable Battle Queen, Jen, the Dragoness, the Wolverine, Irish Fire, whatever you call her. She is virtually unstoppable right now. Jamar and Wally have been a great team, a tag team. Turmoil and Jester have been a great tag team. So we'll see how a lot of these teams have been arranged, teams within teams. So it's, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember the little game where it was a little monkey and there was a barrel inside of the barrel, inside of the barrel, inside of the barrel, inside of the barrel. Or there's all kinds of different things that do that. And that's what this is. There's so many layers to this cake here in LTD, Monstar. Yeah, we got cake. We got cake here in LTD. And those layers would be what brand you cheering for, what stable you cheering for, who your favorite wrestlers, who you're running, who are you rooting for. It's a crazy team here, the Den. And that is all 8 teams. Get the monkey off your back. I usually use that monkey reference. So here we go. Tonight, the opening matchup. One-on-one, and yes, that is your match card. From top to bottom, head-to-head, one-on-one, standard LTD match here tonight. It is no disqualification, no count-out. The two stables who have made the most noise. Now, literally, let me put it this way. There was 0 stables that were supposed to be making the most noise right now. But these two have kind of, while we're mentioning it, might as well go back and dip. Eternity was our first ever stable war champ. I forgot to put the history up here. That was December 2017. Ruthless Incorporated, summer 2018. The Opaque Brotherhood, December 2018. AF and AM, which kind of was a team that was thrown together besides the company. A couple of them. March 2019. Opaque Brotherhood, their second title in August 2019. Steel City Committee. I didn't even want my characters in that stable war. I threw them in at the last minute because we only had 7, I believe, and I needed another one. There's 5 and only had 6. So I threw my characters together with Blade Charge from Pittsburgh, Steel City Committee. Blade Charge was the only one that got a title shot because I do not give my characters title shots in LTD. So that's how that worked. They won by luck of the AI, so I couldn't do anything about it. The Empire, June in 2022, same stable, then evolved into the Alpha Empire in October 2022. The only stable to repeat as stable champs, technically. Then Sundeath Scavengers, May 21st, is the SDS, Sundeath Society, a lot of them, and the Scavengers mixed together. The Red Lounge in January 2022, and you're defending stable war champs who aren't stable anymore, the Awesome Friends from August of 2022. So tonight we'll see Mike Wasson take on J-Dog. 1 medallion will be on the line. I try to explain this as much as possible so you guys, if you're just catching part or whatever, will get the rules or try to follow along with this stable war. We're going to keep score. It's going to be group rounds, kind of like a World Cup type thing at first, but it's brand versus brand. That's why I didn't do a challenge website for this with a bracket because I didn't want it to be even more confusing. So this will be the thumbnail for each show. You'll see each competitor and what the lineup will be for round 1, 2, and 4 for that matter. Round 3 will be tag teams. So Matt Storm versus Machete, now known as Bobby Hollywood. Sunshine will take on Maiden Annabelle. Count Z versus Joel Quinn. TRC versus Jay Vulture, 2 scavengers fighting each other, now with different stables. Brooklyn Joker, Mark Caliber have already shared the fact they can't wait to get at each other. Kelly versus Molly. Ninja versus Aiden. Chance versus Ripper. I can't wait for that one. Evil Shulky. I can definitely wait for that one. And Cassie. And Atticus Black and Wild Eyed Yeti. That's all here tonight. So as we go through these match cards quickly, we're going to bring on a couple people just to get their input about what they think about their matchup and their first head-to-head fight in Stable War. So let's bring in, representing the Sudden Death Society, Krusty Kelly Black. Hey, Kelly.
Hey.
So here's what we're doing today. And for lack of talking about something I know you're not going to want to talk about, we start fresh. We forget about everything that happened before this. Everything that happens from now on can be so important to you and the Sudden Death Society. So tell me a little bit about what's going through your head with specifically fighting Molly and the Sudden Death Society, who now I gotta be forced to root for, because which team do I hate more? Carnival Nightmares, who tried to take my company, or the team who I can't understand why they got some of my best friends and my daughter? So Kelly, shed some light. Tell me a little bit about what's going through your mind specifically and overall with the Stable War.
As far as Molly, I could give 2 shits what she changes her last name to. She could call herself the fucking artist formerly known as Molly Shamrock for all I care. Really? All I know, as far as tonight, my boot's going in her ass, my fist will connect to her jaw, and I will take her down by the end of the match. Just like I have no doubt that the rest of SCS is going to handle business tonight.
See, you've always been a great team player. That's what I do have to respect. I don't like the decisions of being with some of these people in the group and what they've done to my daughter's wedding, et cetera, et cetera. But we were not going to get into that. We're starting fresh today on battles, the war. It's in the ring.
Well, you knew I was going to stick with my husband. You already knew that.
Yeah, I know. But regardless, the team that you have the G6 champs. You've been highly decorated. I can't really discuss Evil Shulky or don't want to discuss Sunshine being there, but the gathering of Count Z and TRC at the last second and the World Tag Team Champs of Wasson and Storm. You got a great crew, so Kelly, I can see you stepping up. I mean, there's many leader type quality individuals you have, but how are you going to hold your team together here?
Bottom line, it doesn't matter who really likes each other. We all have a common goal. Fight our way till the end and get those title shots.
That is it.
As long as you stick with that, then everything else will fall into place.
I agree. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kelly.
No
You're
problem.
awesome. And good luck tonight. So that's a great point she makes. It's all about, gelling as a team, fighting as a team. But at the same time, there will be wins and losses. But what counts more, of course, bragging rights, wins and losses is definitely something you guys want to do. But say it's 11-0. One of these teams win all 11. That's 11 medallion lead. Now, keep in mind, you got to have numbers in your head kind of too going through this. Round 3 is 2 points and 3 points a match, whether it's tag or G6. But the total points will kind of be the same in each round, similar. But it's 11 points, basically, for lack of a better term. We call them medallions here in the Combat Kingdom. How many matches can your team win? So you're forced to cheer for your team. If someone wins 6 matches right off the bat, yes, they've won the best of 11. However, if the other team wins the other 5, they're right back in the game. So even after the first round, keep this in mind. If you're down a handful of medallions, 3 rounds is a lot of time to come back from last place to first, etc., etc. And yes, as Joker, someone else asked, as soon as all 16 battles are done, we will have semifinal, and then one show that will be everyone who was eliminated in a special, and then the final. So everyone will still have a match that week after they're eliminated, which people had questions, and I understand, because I try to give everyone a match a week, which if you know math in your head real quick, everyone's not going to have a match a week when only 22 people fight each show, because that equals 66, and we have 88 when we do 3 shows. Just to do quick math, but that's me just being transparent, letting you guys know. I normally try to give everyone one match a week. And if you're part of the roster, not now because these roster spots are locked, and you ever see that your character isn't having a match a week, you want to send me a DM. You want to let me know, because I haven't seen you in a while in the chats or in the replays or whatever. So these are not only, 87, I got to say, because Sunshine is my character technically. So she'll be fighting for me in the stable war. 87 different people out there. Good luck. You're going to lose a lot. Everyone knows losing a lot is what happens here tonight. But some of the matchups I'm looking for in this one, big time, Ripper Chance, Crimson Aiden, who Crimson's trained with Mordrin and Aiden and such. That's going to be crazy. Yeti and Atticus. So it's going to go down. Every match matters. So that is your show tonight. We'll be back to that. I really want to get to these cards. We're already past an hour. We'll run to 4:30. We got time. I'm going to quickly run through the next 3 shows. This one is coming up on Tuesday. Cowboys from Hell and the Squad. 1 medallion each, standard matches. Always keep in the back of your head, second round are all cage matches worth 1.5 medallion each. Third round tag and G6 matches, which if you do the math, everyone with 1 match, you're only going to have a couple matches. Actually, you're going to have 3 G6 matches and 1 tag match. That's what's going to be. And then Shadow Press, Teddy, Leo, JW, Chase, and Misha. So you see this, the format stays the same. Battle Queen match on number 3. I think 7 and 9. No, 10 and 7. So Shadow Press, Teddy X will kick it off. Still 1 medallion each. And if you see your names in round 1 towards the bottom of these lists, you'll probably be in the top or the middle for round 2. So I will try to shuffle throughout the shows. Some people start. It doesn't really matter as much because it's all about winning those medallions. So Cowboys from Hell Squad, it does not eliminate the other team if they lose. There are 4 rounds. So just keep that in mind, because I want to try to answer as many questions as you guys may have without you guys asking them. The Brotherhood and the Den. Brotherhood and the Den. That one is Thursday, the 26th. And it does end up second round, third round, and first round, second round, where some stables will have 2 matches in a row. Just the way the cookie crumbles. Just the way it falls. The dominoes fall, and we're going to run with it. 2-fan in the building. Hey, welcome in. If you watch, Nightbot will drop my social media links. Just give me a follow on Facebook, Twitter, Skype, Instagram. I'll get you an application where his character's always coming and going, and always welcome new people here. Great to see you and see how people welcome people. They were already doing it. Appreciate y'all. You guys rock. Brotherhood, the Den, a lot of connections within these stables. And it's in Chicago, the hometown of the Drum Monkey, who has the main match against Paragon. But they're all main matches because they all equal the same. 1111111. And we are live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So, fan and anybody new in the chat, make sure you guys hit those thumbs up and subscribe. Number 1 and 4, first and foremost. Those are absolutely free, and we appreciate it. And keep coming to the shows. And if you guys miss it or watching this or any of my shows on replay, leave me a comment so I know you stopped by. And I appreciate that as well. This will be an interesting matchup here. Real quickly, someone joining the Brotherhood, also joining the show tonight to give us his 2 cents on the first matchup here. Let's bring on Gregory Blakely. What's happening?
What's up?
So who am I speaking to? Is this Dragonheart? Which heart is this?
It's Dragonheart.
All right, so Dragonheart, I need your thoughts. Number 1 on taking on Marley Good one-on-one. And being associated with such a legendary team, people have known each other so well. I think that's why they picked people like you and Frostbite. I knew you guys could gel with them. So tell me a little bit about your matchup with Marley Good and fighting with the Brotherhood in this stable war.
Well, for me, I'm not known to be fighting this guy right here, Marley Good. This is going to be my first mix-up with this guy.
Cool.
But to be a part of the Brotherhood, a legendary team that dates back to 2017, that is just unprecedented. Because I'm not sure I'm worthy of such a task. I'm still young and wild.
Oh, you're gonna kick.
And another thing about this, the fact that I'm on a faction, this is going to be strange because I got family on the opposite side.
True.
And you already know who that family is.
Yeah, I mean, you've done well before having to fight against family on the other side or with family. So you're a top competitor, and I think that's why they chose you. And these guys' relationship with people like Paragon and LA and Shifty go way back, even before the digital era. So you're in a great group. They have 2 Stable War championships already. You're in a great crew, man. And you get to kick that show off in Chicago coming up on
More like
Thursday
I'm going to
night.
be burning it down.
Best of luck, man. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys check out Gregory Blakely's channel, too. He's always high energy. He's always fun. He's always entertaining. He's got a great channel there and a great thing going on. He's just a great dude, man. So check out Gregory Blakely and his show as well. We're going to keep it rocking. Go over the last 2 and then break out the match, not the match cards, the collector cards, which are going to be – I'm so excited about breaking out the – I keep repeating myself, but Drum Monkey, very good point. Very good point. You got a score to settle with Paragon, which makes it even more interesting. All right, the Mafia and the Dynasty. We have a representative from each of these 2 crews here to talk about what's going down, a couple of them. So we're going to find out a little bit from the Manic Mafia, a little bit from the Dynasty, heading towards what's going to go down in London next Saturday. That's the home of Corey Quinn. So Corey is the host, and the home team technically will be the Dynasty as they go head-to-head. John Breakdown, and new to the company, against Neo Extreme, also new to the company, but both not new to the wrestling business. Big Daddy Beard and Stompy, 2 content creators here on YouTube, 2 great dudes. That'll be a hell of a respectful fight, but for that medallion, they're going to tear each other apart. Jade Barrett and Cougar Knight. What can I say? Jeff Matthews, I think it's the first time he's fighting William Styles, to be honest. Cody Hagan, Captain Danger, Rick Logan, Royo, 2 huge individuals there. Jessica and Goddess of Pain, 2 legends going at it. Franco and Miles will be interesting. Brian LG and Brandon Ace will be interesting. They've already had tons of collisions here, and many. Lady Devil versus Angelita, and Riley will be taking on Corey Quinn. Let's get a little word from each side of the stables, and we'll start with the man who's kind of taking the reins for the Manic Mafia. If your volume is all the way up right now, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune it down just a little bit. It might help. Let's bring on Riley Wolf. Welcome.
Atan Hut! It is I, the Commander-in-Chief of the Manic Mafia.
I knew you'd be battle-tested, war-ready. What can I say? An eclectic group. You have some newcomers, but you haven't shaken a feather about it and just welcome the opportunity to try to rein in people like our hardcore lethal champion, which you know something about, Brian LG, a legend in the Battle Queen division like Lady Devil, powerful forces like Rick Logan and Jessica, and Captain Danger for that matter. It's a crazy crew. Number one, you're no stranger to Corey Quinn. Tell me about that opportunity first, and overall taking the reins and just trying to lead this team to a very unprecedented, because of there's really no legitimate solid ties between anyone like we see in all the other stables. So what's going through your mind? How are you going to do it there, Riley?
Well, I might not have the home field advantage when I face up against Corey Quinn, but Corey, you and I, our LTD careers are synonymous with each other. We have started an LTD together. Our paths might not have been exactly the same, but they've been notable. So when we face off in the main event of that certain episode of Stable Wars, there will be blood, there will be sweat, and there will be tears as one of our hands are raised and a medallion is put in our hands.
So, okay. I know that's an epic battle. I can't wait. And it will flip. So round 2, the Lethal brand will host the shows like the Empire brands are hosting this time around. And there will be a show. Your show will be in New York. You will host it in round 2. All Extreme Rules cage matches. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We want to talk about the first round of the Apocalypse. And to help us talk about the Manic Mafia, let's bring on another member, and Miles Stanley Ward. Welcome in.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So MSW, your first matchup against a very controversial figure who came in hooting and hollering out here, Franco Ricci. A big mouth, but he's been backing it up in the ring. He holds a triple threat briefcase. He holds a lot of possible control of LTD, not only at the Supercard coming up, but even down the line. Tell me about, number one, how you feel about being on this squad and your battle against Franco Ricci.
First of all, it's an honor to be with the Manic Mafia, considering admiring the captain of the team, Wiley Wolf. And second, the madman Franco Ricci. He may have beaten in the past previous live streams of LTD, such as John Breakdown, my good buddy of mine. Big shout out to him first and foremost. But him and I, this is gonna be the first time going up against this man, because I'm telling you right now, he may be the beast of being a wrestler, but with me, that's a different story.
All right, Jen, the Wolverines here are battle queen and battle tested, war ready. That's what I say for the Manic Mafia. And it looks like these two guys got their heads screwed on right. And be remiss not to mention the fact that MSW and John Breakdown do have some history, and so does Captain Danger and Miles as a tag team. So best of luck, guys.
Thanks
for being a part of the show. Appreciate having those guys on the show. Is great. We're going to finish up here momentarily. We got to the card, and we got a couple more people to bring on. So let's talk about the other side of the story, the Dynasty. And we got to hear from a very vocal member of that squad that may not have the best of relationships with some of the people on that team, but they work together. They can be deadly. Cody Hagan, what's up?
It's kind of funny we're doing this on the 21st, considering the birthday is tomorrow.
Well, happy birthday, brother, first and foremost. And what do you think about teaming up with guys like Brandon Ace and Franco Ricci and Roy O'Solomon and your buddy Jeff Matthews? I mean, all very talented. You can't deny that, but everyone doesn't get along very well within that group, right?
Funny you're talking about Ace, considering tomorrow's Beach Bash.
Yep. I mean, and a lot of those individuals have come from similar places. What do you think?
It's interesting. Considering last year I won my first Stable Wars.
That's right. You are defending champ. So what about Captain Danger?
Yeah,
I don't even think you have you fought. I don't think you fought Captain Danger 1-on-1 yet.
No, never.
So what do you think? What do you have to say to Captain Danger?
No.
You had your ins and outs with Jeff Matthews. I know you're going to argue with other people, but
yeah,
let's hear about Captain Danger. What do you think of him? I
would beat the ever-living superhero shit out of him.
That'll be a good start.
And oh, by the way, I am not the Carnival Artist's favorite team. Whoever said that, I'm going to blade you with a knife. I don't have it near me, but I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Whoever said that.
Oh, I think it was
I am
Captain
not
Danger.
the
who
Carnival
said
Artist's favorite. Oh fucking hell!
Cody Hagan, man, I love you, man. You're the best. You're the best. And good luck against Captain Danger. You've been talking shit about you. I'm gonna stir the pot. You're fucking right. I'm gonna stir the pot. Those are the 4 matchups. They're gonna be phenomenal. Recently, a lot more merchandise has been dropped on the website. We have our Wix website for all the information on LTD, public website for our merchandise. You get it on mugs, you get it on stickers, you get it just about anywhere. Any type of merchandise is what I want to say. Right from the TeePublic store, supports the channel. Have some of your favorite wrestlers' gear on. Let's take a look a little closer here. Let's take a look at the website just to give you guys a little taste. And we'll be adding more stuff. I will be adding more to the website later on. You got your LTD logos, standard for the shows. The Combat Kingdom Stable War is up. You can get any one of the digital wrestling cards I'm about to show you that you see on the website or that have been posted, your own, someone else's, on a t-shirt, on a mug, on a pillow, on a mask. So you see Jester, Lady Devil, and Cody Hagan, but those are just the last 3 that requested it. By request, I will load your image up, the front and the back of your created character. You can order it for any type of merchandise. And the new ones will be available on there soon, too. Some of our other shows, all the stables from the Stable War, their logos have been uploaded. If you want to support your own stable, there's a way to do it. I created the Whipping Post Wrestling logo for Goddess. That is up there. Battle Queen, Combat Kingdom, you name it. Rumbles Hate Me. That's one of the favorites out there. Everyone wants a Rumbles Hate Me t-shirt. You guys created that one, man. Everyone wants a hot piece of Cass too. Why not? Unify, which is one of my favorite logos because it's everybody's logo that active at that point in time for that competition. Good old Bastage. I miss him, but hey, it's one of the top selling shirts on the website. There you can buy some. Technically, you can buy Eliminator beer shit, I guess, right there. Blade Charge, Master Stay, even the old Riley Wolf and Millennium. That one needs to be taken down. Old and new logos all the way back. Check out the merchandise page if you haven't already. And I did recently post some of the new images that are up that you guys can acquire as well. We're going to talk to a couple more people, and we're going to break down the next digital wrestling card release, which is in just a few minutes. Before we do that, we're going to go back. This is tonight's match card. And we're going to talk to a member of the Den real quick about his matchup coming up soon in Stable War against the Brotherhood. So let's hear from Jamar. What's up, Jamar?
What's up? What's up? How you doing?
Good, man. You and Killer Neptune's a match I've always wanted to see. You guys are high flyers. Your action personified. You're going to head against each other. Tell me about being with Drum Monkey and their squad, the Den, and your fight against Killer Neptune.
I say our squad is pretty awesome. I'm glad we got some newcomers. I respect these new up-and-comers from the LTD roster in the future. And Killer Neptune. Actually, matter of fact, I actually got a victory over Killer Neptune.
There you go.
Back then, if anyone want to see the video, I actually beat him before.
So already beating him once, got to do it one more time. Get that medallion for your team. Your team does have a hell of a good chance with a bunch of tag teams in there, and Drum Monkey's a great leader as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Drum Monkey is a great leader. We have a great team here. Me and Wally, and we have another tag team teaming up with us. And one thing I'm gonna say about the ladies, I think we have the best female ladies in our team so far. I think they're gonna do well this year.
Hey, best of luck, my friend. Good luck in Stable War, man.
Thank you.
And definitely check out Jamar on his channel as well, doing some streams. Yeah, he has the Battle Queen, Hot Fire Rose, Lady Kenzie, one of the hottest new recruits. It's a great team. Very interesting. So let's talk to the guy who's helping run that squad. Drum Monkey's in the house. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man? So you've kind of, just like I talked to, I hate to compare you to Riley Wolf, but you two have kind of taken the reins of your team and shown that you want to gel them together and mix it. You know the right recipe for a stable war champ. Let's put it that way. So tell me about Fighting Paragon, which you put it in a live chat, a little bit of stuff about the title being taken from you, which is true, and leading this team, putting it together. Elaborate, my friend.
Well, as far as the team goes, as Jamar said, the newcomers we have on the squad, I love them. Like, I've been scouting them. Like Lady Kenzie, I'm a huge fan of.
Yep.
So having her is great. And me being the leader, if there's one thing I have learned teaming with Chance, it's never about the individual. There is no leader. It's always about the main objective, which for us is to be the next stable war champions. I love the fact I got Jester and Turmoil, who are also veterans. And then I got Wally and Jamar, who are also veterans, and a great tag team, as well as Turmoil and Jester. Like, I am really, really happy with the way the squad has shaped up and how quickly we've gelled. Like, if you've noticed, out of the past couple of shows, our team have supported each other, rooted each other on.
That's good leadership. And what do they say? The old saying, there's no I in team. If you want to be a dick, there is an M-E, I guess.
Yep.
But there is no I in team. And the name of the game, like I said, I led you right into that one. I set it up for you and you knocked it out the park. Basically, you know what it's like to be on a stable war winning team. So now you have the opportunity to win another one using that knowledge. And it's good to see the team that is one of those 3 or 4 that are thrown together, gelling already, like you said. Jester and Turmoil, Wally and Demar as the tag teams that you guys got there. The Battle Queen, the woman on top of the game in the Battle Queen division, and some top new competitors in Kenzie and Jesse. So I wish you the best of luck as always, my friend.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to getting this on and taking on the other teams.
Stable War is always fun. I might do this every Saturday before the shows if I can, just because I love getting you guys' feedback on Stable War. I know it's everybody's favorite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I'm pumped. Like, I'm looking forward to this Stable War as if it were my first.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. And we're gonna enjoy it. We'll talk more, my friend. Appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
And that's the type of attitude that is so prominent when Stable War comes around. And I couldn't tell you guys enough. We got one more guest to bring on, but let's go back and check out the cards of the past. I want to make sure I didn't miss nothing. No, just this. So here's version 1, the first one, the skulls. Me as a former graphic designer, never could draw very good for as far as animals and characters, but I loved overall design, pamphlets, booklets, magazines, things like that. The visual aspect of cards, posters, movie titles, album covers, etc., etc. So this stuff I really enjoyed. So we used the skulls on one of the arenas before, and I figured it'd be nice to just have the skull, since leaning towards death is the theme, the death theme in the first one with the Grim logo that our old friend Mark from Bomb Pop Overdrive designed way back in the day. So the LTD Grim Reaper logo, the Blaze Radio logo, pretty standard. Whatever the current LTD logo was, that what it was then. It's changed a little bit. But Blade Charge was one of the first ones. And I only have one example from each. I wish I could show all the cards, but everyone's stuff will be uploaded. And on the back, I wanted it to be like the back of a regular collector card. You want some stats. You want to know what it is. You want to know what year it was. So a lot of people just flip to the back, see what year. Sometimes the year's on the front. So I went with a standard card design where you got like an in-action photo on the front and you got the full, attire logo on the back. We took that up a notch this year for the new one, and you'll see what I'm talking about soon. So Blade Charge, that was the first group of cards that were released. The second design in Series 2, we kept it with a red border, so not a very big change. We went with the red border, and you'll notice we'll keep the names the same on all of them because that font and with the explosion in the back has always been that little design I like for the names. So all we did was go red border in the second one. Crimson Ninja is our example for that one. So not a big change in Series 2. Actually, Series 1 and 2 were just continuations. Series 1 was the people who were there the longest, and Series 2. So Series 2, there's the back where we have pretty much same thing. Oops, going too fast. Getting to the Battle Queen one. Spoiler alert, hometown, height and weight. This is pretty much everything I have on everyone's individual index card for the ring announcement. So Crimson, you got the number of the series, all the stats for them, the nicknames for their finishers, and what teams they were in. This time I got also the championships that they've hold also on them as well. Series 2, just a continuation, more of the newer wrestlers at that time. These are a couple years ago now. The Battle Queen one with the little colorful effect, pink border, similar Battle Queen title on the top, and of course our lovely Goddess of Pain, Grace in the front. So I just recently finished all the snapshots except for one because he recently just joined the company. But on December 13th and 15th, we had an Empire show and we had a Lethal show. Those were all Crazy 8 matches, so everybody had an entrance. So I got all the snapshots from those two shows, and there's a reason you'll see when this series card comes out why I did it. It's all going to make sense and tie together. So Goddess of Pain, the women had just the logo and a little bit less information at first. This is before, when the Battle Queen division just actually started. The LIT Series 4 was all new wrestlers. So we just changed the border up, threw the LIT logo on it, and introduced you guys to whoever was earning contracts. Brian LG being a famous one in the first LIT who's gone on to a lot of greatness. And the back stayed about the same too. So it didn't change a lot throughout the first couple series. I was just trying to get all the names in. I was just trying to get everybody a card. But I wanted to change each series a little bit. As you see, we got the little bit of a different color back and the logo. And once again, and this way, a lot of people too started catching on with people's finishers. The more I see, I'm one of those type of learners. The more I read, write, and say something, I'll learn it. Instead of just reading it once, I was never good at that. But to see these names of the finishers and the setup moves and etc. more, you guys start to know. And even other companies start using it more too. So it always brings that realism when you're using instead of calling everything the stunner or, everyone has the black ice backpack stunner and stuff like that. Riley Wolf, Series 5, very colorful one because it was taken during the gathering and one of the favorite logos with all that. So same thing, red border. This is just an extension, like another series, not a change in the design, but more people to the roster that I had to add. Same design in Series 5, just finishing. We are over 100. We got up there. A lot of cards. This is already card number 124. These are all different characters. Now, throughout this time, some people have stopped the character and started a different one, and that's still the same person behind it. But there's been literally, if I break out all those 355 index cards, probably 300, 400 people that have been through LTD in these 5 years. And I'm very blessed to do that. Doesn't, for one reason or another, someone leaves because they didn't like it here or because they were just finished or done with e-fetting or whatever. Briefly, I have people that just only can do it in the summer or only in the winter, stuff like that. But Riley Wolf, some of his finishers have changed. You see on the back, sometimes I have just the nickname or I have the real name of the move and the nickname, but also nicknames, or people can catch on to some of the monikers that people gather. Already, some of the people that I took pictures of have changed for the new for the new cards because someone like Count who moved from Empire to Lethal, and you'll see what I'm talking about soon. I really like this design. It was based off the Red October. The one season we do Red October every year. That Red October background just looks dope, in my opinion. Same basic design for the card, but we tried to evolve it a little bit. Count Z's card. It's cool with his entrance with try to get some unique in action moves and not do all the same poses. But it was a little easier when we could do custom entrances a couple games ago because people really customize their entrance. I can get different shots instead of for instance, Kill Shot, Drum Monkey. There's 4 or 5 people that have, I think, that edge entrance. Jesse the Jackhammer, they all got the same edge entrance. But before, you guys would use bits and pieces, which I kind of miss that. Count Z's the back, same thing. I forget what PLS meant. I'm sure it was something stupid. See, I renamed all his finishers. I can't wait to make his card because now He's from France, and he gave me the okay, just a name. If you guys don't know, he didn't give me names for his finisher. He goes, "Go ahead and make up your own." I said, "Are you sure? Because I'm going to clown on you and make some silly ones." He goes, "Go for it." So he has the French manicure, the French kiss, and the French toast crunch. He played along, so it's fun. Why not? Series 6. Series 7 was I saved my characters for last. It was Blaze, Junior, Sunshine, Tyson, Shmoo. I just wanted to have a physical card of them, but I'm always last. My characters don't win championships, don't do, Blaze, as in the storyline right before the digital world, won the world title because the competitors didn't show up. And they literally, in the Facebook group, they stopped promoting and stuff and old eFed. So I figured, if I'm going to kill LTD, I'm going to kill it with me as the champion, finally, one time. So I had him win the championship and jumped in my neighbor's pool. It's actually on the Facebook group page somewhere, where I run outside my house and jump in my neighbor's pool as the champ. And LTD died at that point. It was over. We brought it back for Facebook just for a couple months, just to do the eFed. And I killed it right there. It was WU and YouTube that brought it back. It was you guys that brought it back. Let me be real. So I got my own card. I need a shirt of that. Series 7 was just a Steel City Committee additional, the brighter gold, like Steeler Gold. And, of course, my hook, line, and sinker finisher, the burner, Steel City Stomp, and the Blaze of Glory submission maneuver. I wish I was still 245. I think my character got up to 265 at some point. But card number 172, I think Pete Wall was the last one that we did in the other, but 172, I think it came out to like 175, 176 or something for the final. If you scroll back far enough in that Facebook group, you should find, that would have to be 2016 or 15, whenever I think you can just look up videos and maybe find it. That's the only time Blaze McCoy was the world champ. Back in the old days, when I had other people writing matches for me, I held other titles. So the world title may not be the only one. I think I held the LTD tag titles with Tyson or something. But I don't like mixing my characters into it. There it is, the brand new design. It's a simpler front, still with the black and gold metal type background. The top right corner will say either Empire or Lethal, whichever brand you represent. But we kept true to the original design with the logo. This time, year is on the front because we're starting over. Series 7 ended the original set of cards, if you want to call them. This is the brand new 2023 card. The Grim Reaper logo from way back in the day, and the Blaze Radio Network, where we preside. Up top left, your LTD logo. My favorite upgrade is coming up right here. I'm going to try to make sure I'll look back if you have an old card and see how Andy's is a ramp picture. I'll try to get a ring picture instead of a ramp and mix it up. So your two cards that you have, if you have two, are a little different. Excuse the fuck out of me. Here's my favorite part. It's the back. The back of these cards have really been redesigned, completely different, same amount of information. This is what I really wanted to show you. Then we're going to go over today's card one more time, and I got one more guest to talk to. This is what I can't wait to reveal and work on for you guys. The backs of the card will have two images. For some people, it'll be their entrance on the right and their ring gear on the left. For some people, it'll be entrance on the right, alternate attire on the left. So we might get Yeti claws or something in one. So I want to mix it up and show different personas. Maybe I'm going to have a memorial card, not a memorial card like Sean Shamrock's dead or something. Jesus. Retired. The same thing. We'll have some retirement cards for those who are retired, highlighting their history, and probably two different persona pictures if I can find them. But nickname on the top left. I love Ominous Andy because people called him the future of the digital wrestling syndicate, and he has proven to be that. Ominous because he's so hard to figure out. The dude's always very ominous. Hybrid anti-hero. Don't let his size fool you, etc. 5'7", 241. Hometown dead center with your brand that you are. This is card number 2, because card number 1 will be Aiden Nightwalker, who took the place of Mordrin. Aiden was not in the company when we took the original photo shoot, so I will grab Aiden from his singles entrance over the last couple weeks now to get his card at number 1. We'll go alphabetical within both brands. So it'll just be totally alphabetical, A to Z or A to W for these cards. And the back, I absolutely love. I cannot wait to design these. I have all the pictures taken All I have to do is plug them in, change. All I basically do at this point is save the file, change the name, save the file under a different one, bring in the other information. So the format is done. Some people is joking like, my card's not going to come out because I'm a W until probably the next game comes out. Breaking news, we're getting that game in March, people. It's going to be announced at the Royal Rumble. I've already heard a bunch of teasers, and I think the John Cena cover, if it's real, that we're going to get that game in the middle of March. So March Madness here in LTD might be the transition between 22 into the 23 game, which I'm not going to be skeptical. I'm always a positive person. You guys know that. I'm getting 23 on the day it's released, and we will be streaming that day. We'll do an FAW show that day. Take your time creating your characters. We'll stay on 22 for about a month, like we always do as people create their new characters in 23. I'm hoping for the best. The cards are amazing. I love them. And I appreciate Andy, you got the first card that you were already in process at number 1 card. But when Mordrin retired and Aiden came on, Aiden took alphabetically the first spot. So Andy's card number 2. I love this design. I'm pumped about getting them out. They will be on the website as your roster page. So when you open the roster page, you'll see the front card, back of the card. So all information on everybody on this roster that you need will be on that Wix website. You'll be able to go to the TeePublic store, let me know, and I'll put your character up so you can get a t-shirt, a mug, a poster, whatever you want of your digital wrestling card. I would love to find a company where I can get a legit set printed out on cardboard. I know it can happen. I know some people within the industry. It's a pretty penny, though, for a low return, to be honest with you. So the digital card, I'm just glad to be able to bring you guys digital cards. So Andy Price's card, I love the simplicity of the main design, but you still have that warning black and gold banner that I found for the back to add a depth of something new to what we've already done. So I didn't change a lot, but it does change a lot. I wanted the picture to be bigger in the front, and I can't wait to clip some of these new pictures to do. Rev's in the building. Matt Outlaw's here. Daniel Barry, we're getting ready to get over the show. I got one more guest here because we're going to go over tonight's match card one more time and bring on a special guest here to close out the Get Blaised show. I don't mind going over on these shows. We always do, but I love it because bringing you guys in and having fun is what this is all about. Riley says, how is comparing someone to me an insult? You should have put that in the live chat, in the real chat. That's a good one. So we went through the preview here tonight. Here's your stables. If anyone is catching this late, I explained everything ad nauseum in the beginning here, so you guys can go back and find out who's on what team, who's fighting who in the first round, what are the damn rules. Yes, it's confusing as fuck, but damn, we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. Tonight's show, which will start in just a few minutes as soon as I get the links out. It's ready to rock right up on the screen here. 11 singles matches, 1 medallion each. Mike Wasson versus J-Dog. Matt Storm versus Bobby Hollywood. Sunshine versus Maiden Annabelle. Count Z and Joel Quinn. These are some main event matches anytime we do a show. TRCJ Vulture. But they're all worth the same thing. 1 medallion towards how many can you get to get into the semifinals. Joker and Caliber can't wait to get at each other. Kelly and Molly are going to be a war. Crimson Engine, Aiden, Chance and Ripper, Shalky and Cassie, Atticus and Wild-Eyed Yeti. So our final guest we're going to bring on here, the recently retired legend of the industry, Great Hall member, the man who finally put an end to Sean Shamrock or whatever the fuck he wants to call himself this week. Now sitting back in the old rocking chair watching his boy do some shady shit like he used to do back in the day. What's up, Mordrin?
What the fuck is up, Blaze?
Hey, stable war, my brother, and we've discussed it how many times. This is one of the most fun. It can be aggravated on my end because, like I say, juggling 87 different people, making everybody happy on their team, giving everyone a fair shot of the same amount of matches, like breaking out the rules, but bringing everyone together is what it's all about. I say this for all the matches, Crazy Eights, Rumbles, 6-man matches. There's more losers than winners. But if we can learn how to lose in a better way, we have so much more fun throughout it. Your journey towards your retirement We talked about it. You didn't care if you lost them all or won them all. You did end up winning almost all of them, though, in good old Mordred Nightwalker fashion. Even the chamber match, which was phenomenal. What a way to go out, my man. I haven't got to talk to you since. We did the after show a little bit that night where, energy was already still high, but now it's sinking in now that you're retired. I know you still got a little more things on the plate, other places, but to send yourself out with a win over, I can't even remember what the fuck he called himself for New Year's.
Oh, it was
Hot Shot Harrison.
Yes.
His original. Now, if you go back to mine, Greg, here's a trivia for you guys. Greg Hawk was the first ever name I went by in e-fetting. Road Warrior Hawk was my favorite, and I always wanted to be a type of warrior, a big, huge, muscular dude with face paint. So I was Greg Hawk. White Lightning was my name, oddly enough, back in then. So did you have a different moniker in the e-fed world ever? You're always Mordred.
Oh, no. I definitely had several.
That's one question I never reached out to ask people. Like, no, not that you guys have to divulge any alternate characters you never gave up that you kept hidden, because a lot of people have done that. I think it's gold. But at the same time, anybody out in the live chat, if you had a different name before, let me know what your previous e-fetting or digital wrestling name was. So Mordred, Aiden, joining the carnival.
Different track. I was gonna go memory lane with my history, but yeah,
you can't drop one if you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you want to drop one, by all means, please.
I mean, I started off my career actually using my birth name, Anthony Harris.
Okay.
A lot of people that did know me, I didn't want to know where I was, so I changed the moniker of Ken Hagen.
There you go. Good one.
And then once people started figuring out that Anthony was Ken, I then went to just Mordred. There was no Nightwalker to it. It was just Mordred.
Just Mordred.
And
it's
kind
a
of floated
classic
around.
medieval name. I always love that. It is a great name.
And when I met the person I've said in several times, my mentor, Dr. Payne.
Yeah.
He
passed away, didn't he?
He did, unfortunately.
Yes. There's too many of those stories from the WU into the digital world, brother. I know.
But he
American
saw
Thunderstorm. American Thunderstorm, Matt Outlaw.
I like that.
I wasn't around for that, but I do. That's kind of cool.
But he's like, you need a last name. And we talked about my history, going from little dirt wall places where, you're lucky to get $5. And he's like, you travel at night, and I'm like, Nightwalker. That's your last name. And I was like, I like it.
Dig it. Chris Knight. There's no odds went by Chris Knight for a while. I can't believe 5 years and I have never asked that question to this community. It's such a great trivia though, because not too many people, if they've been doing this for a long time, have been only one character or have changed their character. People like Chance and Sean Shamrock have the million monikers. It's like a competition like you with kids.
They still lose.
Did you see what I pointed out to Tiny the other day with the 23 matches and 23 kids? What a fucking coincidence, man! If that
she added another match.
That means, ladies, watch out. He might be clipped, but a miracle might be about. We have an immaculate conception here. But back to the current day, and now your son taking your spot, which you gave to him. That was an option in your contract. And he's not a stranger to LTD. He's been here before, but then him changing face, joining the carnival. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, it's not the path I would have chosen
right
for
now, not to interrupt you, but I'm in the same boat with Sunshine. She joined the Sun Death Society. The guy who ruined her wedding leads that group. I mean, it's a weird question. So I don't know if you have any answers, I guess I should say, on why Aiden joined or what your thoughts are, but he's got a great crew. You can't deny that.
I mean, he definitely has a very strong crew, and him and I had, I guess the best word to say on here is discussion. We had a fucking fight about it afterwards.
I kind of figured we weren't going to take it lightly.
Because no, definitely not the path I would have picked for him. Definitely not the one I want to see him on. But one of the biggest telling things that in the middle of said fight, he brought up is he's not me. He doesn't want to be me. He's his own man, and he's going to do what he wants as a grown man.
Well, did he try to throw this at you at all? Originally, it was you and Cassie teaming up against Jeff and Angelita. And then with your retirement happening, and you had conceded that match to Aiden, that's when Cassie, family member as well, was supposed to try to help get Aiden out of the carnival, but the opposite happened, him joining. And now, granted, I talked about it earlier, Joel Quinn, Chance Harper, Yeti, Cassie, a lot of blood yard connections there, to be blunt.
Yeah, and on top of that, his brother and his sister are both there.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I'm not, plus the ties between Machete, Molly, Mercy, and Annabelle. I mean, and then Jay, and that's what's really confusing. The Jay Vulture and J Dog thing joining that crew after what happened at. So we got Jay Vulture and his supposed still future wife, my daughter, on opposite sides. There's a lot of stories intertwined with this fight tonight. And like I said before, all the way about it, all the way back to eternity, the first ever Stable War champs.
Yes.
Sudden Death Society and Carnival Nightmares have been making waves for the last couple months. Now we get to see it hopefully culminate here tonight. We'll see.
And that's the big thing is, a lot of people have brought up their own takes on, because of course you have to work as a team and everything, but you've got to get people to notice you, or everything else you've done working as a team, boosting each other up, doesn't mean squat. You can literally do that till you're blue in the face, but if no one's paying attention to you, then it doesn't matter.
Very true. And
that was, and I know we've talked before that there are points I made you want to rip out your hair, but that was the first thing I did.
It would have been this hair, but yeah, hair nonetheless.
I came out and said, look, whatever you were planning, screw that. This is what I'm doing. This is who I'm doing it with, and the rest of you all can go fuck yourself.
I mean, to pull back the curtain just a tiny bit, for your last ride, if we sat down and wrote it out, I don't know if we could have done just as good as it came out with these eight or nine matches, dude.
Oh my God, that was.
We never planned LA coming back and challenging you. We didn't plan the Shamrock thing at first. It was just, hey, you got 7 matches because we got 7 weeks left.
Yeah,
mix it up if you want, or and we could have wrote it good. I'm sure we got 2 great wrestling minds. Let's be real.
Yeah,
we could have written some really fun shit. It probably would have been a lot similar to what really fucking happened.
that's the other big thing. Yeah, I mean, as much as this time of
you
year,
probably pulling the curtain back more would have gave yourself a loss or 2 to push some more people ahead going on the way out.
Honestly, I could say, pulling back the curtain, if I was writing it, I would have gave Kelly Mavericks the win, without a doubt.
But we got to see what he was made of in that match, regardless. The reason why you picked him, why he is, along with Andy and a lot of these people, the future of this industry. And, guys like me and you are leaving this place in the hands of some good, amazing competitors. What we started years ago has really evolved.
It has, and that's
great. It's gonna be fun to sit back and watch these 88 some bitches rip each other apart, starting in just a few minutes, folks.
Oh, it is, and it's kind of good thing you kind of pushed this back till after I was gone, because this time of year always gets me amped, always gets me thinking of maybe lacing them up a little tighter.
Well, I know you got your eyes on a few of the stables, and I wouldn't ask anybody to pick because, like I said, all 8 of them have many reasons why they can win this thing. It's anybody's ball game. It all starts tonight with single medallions, and it will build up throughout the war. It will be a war, folks. Don't get it wrong. For those like Mordrin, Drum Monkey, the things they've been saying and stuff, it's going to be a struggle. Some teams, we've seen teams come back that weren't supposed to make it. I mean, it was either the last one or the last 2. Shifty's team was in the elimination round and came back to end up to make the finals.
I mean, to again pull back that history, Eternity was in 4th place going into the final night when it was still everybody versus everybody. And we won in that last super card.
Stakes were really high back then. It was more condensed and there was less people. So like everything was so important to win. And then the next day I was like, throw some at you where everything's 5 medallions or 6. And it was like, ooh, we can get back in the game now. And it was like, it's changed every time. I will never have the same rules for a stable war, but the last few have just been tweaks. And I mean, as much as I think 88 personally is too many, I don't want to turn anybody back because every person is amazing that's on this roster.
And especially with this event, this time of year. I've done amazing things in this business, but this is what I can still say is one of my favorite times of the year is Stable Wars.
It's a great lead-in, man. I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Oh, not a problem. I'll be looking forward to that Mordred Nightwalker card.
Oh yeah, it's
You-
coming. I said
you-
the Great Hall members are getting cards as well. I mean, it will be I'm thinking it. Here's it under the curtain a little bit more. If you guys are under the curtain, under the table, I guess I'll drop something I was going to plan on waiting on, but I'm going to do all 88 cards. I'm going to do tag teams and G6 cards as well. There will be a Great Hall card, which will honor all the members of the Great Hall. There will be Stable War cards. So what we saw earlier tonight, all of these will be in the digital card series as well. I'll make a back for them with the names and stuff. Also, if you're a card collector now, you know that alternate cards and different colors and variations are big. Also, they throw in, like, I saw it was a AJ Styles card with a piece of a table that he got thrown through, or weird shit like that. So I'm thinking of having an alternate card. So everyone will have 2 cards in this series at least. Whether it's a tag or something, or I'll have an in-action photo or an alternate rare card, like a retirement card for Mordred, like, and on the back I'll have all the list of the matches you fought on that last run.
Oh,
so I'm gonna do some special stuff like that, little alternate series. I'm gonna get all the individual cards out first, and then, like I did series 3, 4, 5, and 6, as I add on maybe new people to come in, there will be extra cards that'll either be team related, tag or G6, or event related, like possibly Franco Ricci and a triple threat briefcase one, Corey Quinn, and a belt collector card. So I got a lot of great ideas for you guys. I can't wait to do it. It'll all be available all through the social media and on the website. But what makes our money is the battles in the ring, and we're about to get ready to do it. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
Oh, great to be here. Thank you.
See you in the streams, and I'll see each and every one of you guys and gals out there just a few minutes. We'll call it 5 p.m. for the start time. We got 10 minutes. Go grab a drink. Go grab a snack. Stable War is about to begin. It all starts here. It ends in March. March Madness starts now in Leading Towards Death Wrestling. All 87 of you out there, get ready. Only one group of 11 will win and survive. Stable War starts in just a few minutes. But on the way out, let's thank all the members to the channel. You too can be a member for as low as $1 a month to help support and help us grow. Thank you to the members. Thank you to my guests. Thank you to everybody. You saw the t-shirt that said loyalty is currency. Whether you donate, whether you don't, whether you buy merch, whether you don't, just showing up, being part of these shows, adding to the story is much appreciated. Take care, folks, and we will be live in Toronto momentarily. Right behind us, the crowd is rocking. Thank you, members. Thank you, fans. Thank you, friends. See you in my stream.
This is a recording.
Please hang up and try your call again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator.
We're sorry. The number you have reached has been disconnected.
Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed.